Hello everyone, in this video we start making our knit sweater. The sweater I want to make is based on this photo, and when I look at it, I can see that for a basic pattern I can use a loose fitted top without dart. I've already made a tutorial for making a loose fitted top, and I will put the link for that tutorial in description, and you can follow that to create your own basic pattern, or if you have another block you like, you can start with that. I'm going to bring that pattern here by going to file, add project, and going to my basic patterns. And when you are bringing it in, click add and don't check the avatar because you don't need the avatar, you only need the garment. Okay, now I see that it's coming and I want to put it on top. And I want to delete my pant for now. I will save it later for later, but for now, because it's interfering with my work in making the sweater, I want to delete my pant for now. I had already saved it somewhere else, don't worry. And I want to remove the patterns I don't need, and I will click on all of these, bring it here, and I want to right click on 3D window and reset to 3D arrangement because the pose is different here and I need to rearrange my patterns. Okay, it's not too bad, only a little bit. I changed the sleeve. Click on the sleeve and make it like so and press simulate. Okay, this is my basic pattern, and I can change it now to have the same style lines and overall silhouette as my image. First thing I want to do is to remove the waist point because as you see my sweater doesn't have a defined waistline, so I don't need these waist point. I just click on them and delete them. And next thing, I want to reduce the length. My sweater is very short. I don't want this amount of short length for my sweater, but still it's too long. I want to reduce the length by 3.5. For reducing the length, you just click on this line, offset pattern outline, and you choose 3.5 and change this to retract. Okay, now our back is changed. Now for our front we can do the same. Okay, and we see our front is curved. We cannot have this curve length for a knit sweater, so I need to right click on this line, delete all our curve points. Also need to bring this point up to make a straight line. Simulate again. The next change I want to make is to remove the center front and center back seams because we don't have them in our sweater. For that, I just remove one of the front pieces and one of the back pieces. I also remove my sleeves. Actually I archived them for now because I want to do the drop shoulder change later, so I will archive my sleeves for now, because I want to first see the fit of my body without a sleeve, and then change my sleeve accordingly. I also remove the sewing from my armhole for now. I click on this line and right click and choose the unfold symmetric editing with sewing for both front and back. Okay, now I need to simulate one more time and rearrange my pieces on 3D again. I click on both and reset 2D arrangement. Turn on my avatar arrangement points and click, bring them upward so that I can see my points. Click on the middle of this piece and middle of the body. Same for the back. Change the offsets. Okay. Now I press simulate. Before I start making changes for drop shoulder, I want to adjust two things in our pattern. As you know, this pattern was made for woven fabric, and we had some ease on our sleeve cap, and back shoulder was a bit longer than front shoulder. These details are necessary for woven fabric, but for the knit fabric we don't want our sleeve crown length to be longer than armhole, or armhole lengths shouldn't be different from each other. So let's fix those before moving forward. For that I'm going to first fix my shoulder length, make sure they are equal in length. I select back shoulder line, holding shift, and select the front shoulder, match up to start. Okay, now I can increase my front shoulder to match up with my back. Okay, now that this is done, I measure my armhole. The number is 19.5, and measure my sleeve crown. Let's unarchive these pieces first and bring them here. So we said our armhole was 19.5, but armhole crown is 20.1, which shows 0.6 or half inch difference. So we need to remove this ease from top of crown. One easy way to eliminate the sleeve crown extra length in CLO is using the fullness tool, the second one. The way you use it, first you click on the crown by left clicking on the first point and going to the last point, then you click on the bottom line. So this line, the first line, is your fullness line, and the second line is a slash line. So what he's going to do is going to make a slash line on your sleeve, close it on the crown, and if you want, open it up on the hem. If you choose the both option, it will do it in the middle, and that's what exactly we need. The amount we need to bring together on the fullness line is minus 0.6, and the amount we need to open here, I want to choose 2 inches because based on my model I have a big sleeve hem. And you see how it is going to change. So if you look at our model, we have excess fabric here, and that is why I have chosen 2 inches to open up at hem. The dotted line you see here are made because I had chosen option before to see this change. I can show you how to do this by clicking on the pattern, right click, and choose the clone as reference line option. If you do that, you can see the changes, and it's very useful. I see now that my crown height got smaller a little bit, just by quarter we can also measure that, and it became wider at the hem, and my sleeve crown length is 19.75, exactly what I want. Now we are ready to make changes for drop shoulder. When I look at our photo, I see that the shoulder point has come down 2 to 2.5 inches here, and I'm going to apply this change on my pattern too. And with the armhole point, I cannot see it very clearly, but I think we can bring it down 3/4 and make our chest a little bit wider, like 1/2 inch, and also add to the sweep by quarter. The main point for drop shoulder, the rule of thumb is that when you are coming down at this point and bring your shoulder line down, you also need to reduce your crown height, otherwise you will get excess fabric in your sleeve. So this is the rule of thumb, and I will show you how you can calculate the reduction in the crown height. The easy way for creating drop shoulder is, for example, if we want to extend the shoulder point by 2 inches, we can get this point and extend it by 2 inch, and the same amount we come down on the sleeve crown, just like that, and then we smooth out our curve to have a better shape. But this is not the way I want to do it here, because I also want to move down my armhole point, and this method is not workable here. When I have a thick fabric like this knit fabric I have in this my photo, or a jacket or a coat that is thicker than normal fabric, we also want to move up a little bit at shoulder point to create more room, and also bring the armhole down. So the first step is to go up at this point by 1/4 inch. I do it with internal polygon tool. And then I connect this point to the neck point. Then I will extend this line, the new line, by 2 inches that I wanted to do. And first I need to disconnect these 2 points, divide the internal lines here. Then I can select the internal line, and while I'm clicking and dragging, holding the left click, this window will pop up, and I put the 2 inches I want. Now I will come down another 1/4 from this point, or if I want to be more precise, I right click on this point and choose this option, local. This will give me a right angle and I want it on the reverse direction. So this is the new point that my shoulder will be, and I also wanted to move down this point by -3/4 and move it out by 1/2 inch, and this point also by 1/4. Okay, now I can convert these lines to baseline so that they don't interfere with my changes. And now I can bring this point by holding and clicking on left click and bring it here. So this is my new armhole, and you remember we had moved up here. That was because we wanted to move our shoulder line here. You click on the V or edit curvature tool and bring this point here. So we want this nice curve on our shoulder, and we can also smooth out our armhole with the smooth curve tool. Remove this line that you don't need it. Can bring also a little bit out because we are changing to drop shoulder. Our armhole curve will also be less. So I'll do the same process on the back. We can match up. Try to make these angles 90 degrees. We can freeze our sleeves, remove the sewing seam from armhole and check our armhole shape. Okay, looks good. Now that I am happy with my armhole shape, I can calculate my new crown height. For that, you just add up front and back armhole and multiply it by 23%. So 23% of this amount, which you see in the blue number 18.8, will be your new crown height. It could be between 22 to 25%. I'm choosing 23%. So I go 18.82 multiply by 23 divided by 100. So 4.3 is my new crown height. So first I click on this line and convert it to internal line, because the crown height is the distance between this line, the armhole, and the one that shows your armhole. Actually mine is moved up a little bit after we removed the ease, so I can redraw it again. Let's delete this line and draw a line from this point to this point with the internal polygon tool. So this is my new underarm line on a sleeve. I click on that and offset by 4.3, which was the amount I had calculated. So now I need to just bring this crown point to this line, new line. I can convert it to baseline just to make sure it's not interfering. And I just click and hold, bring it down. So now that I have created my new crown height, I need to smooth out my curve to make sure it's equal to my armhole. Just reduce the curves slightly. When you are reducing your curves, the length also reduce. With free sewing tool or M, I start from here. Actually, let's unfreeze them in the 3D window first. Unfreeze and reset 3D arrangement. We need to bring them down, and later we also need to reduce the length, but I'll do that after applying the actual fabric. Now let's sew this up. Okay, I see on my 3D window I'm working on this side, and then I start from the front, holding shift, and simulate. Okay, that is good. I wanna apply random color just to check my seams. Okay, I see sleeves are too long and the neckline is very tight comparing to my model. I will apply the actual fabric first and I adjust those points.